in for the day. Again, this is Jeff Harmon, and help me welcome him to the show. What's going on, Jeff?
Not much. How are you today, Santa Tom?
I'm doing wonderful, man. We had a chance to talk about a little bit about the show before the show, and I would like to say I love your hat. First of all, tell everybody where you got your hat from.
Well, this comes from Duluth Trading Company. I have had one of these hats for several years. Actually, I bought the hat when I went to the Northern Lights Santa Academy around Atlanta, and that was around 2022, I believe. And I bought several of them just to have because I do like the hat. It's a good hat to wear. You can wear it throughout the year or mostly around Christmas.
Absolutely. I love my little Santa type hat here from Peaky Hats. I wear it all the time. You got people saying hello. David says hello. Santa Allen says hello. I just appreciate you guys being here and checking us out. And you can tell that he is prepped and for some business here to show us today. So first of all, I'd like to say thank you so much for coming on and doing this. I couldn't think of anybody else I would rather kind of show how to do this. I have several Santas reaching out asking how do you do your mustache? Well, to be honest with you, and I'm gonna tell you two things: why I don't do it, and have I ever done it? Yes, I have tried to do the mustache twirl. Why don't I do it? Because I'm lazy, and it's harder than what it looks. Right now, Jeff may get on here and say, "Nah, it's not that hard." It's but after you've been doing it for a while, I would like to try to do it more this year. First couple times I've done it, and I've talked to Jeff about this. It was a failure because I would use that mustache wax. Now, using the mustache wax for me, it was tough. Right? Because that's some tough stuff right there. But Jeff's got a technique that he uses that I'm looking forward to it for you guys seeing today. So, Jeff, before we get started and all that, could you kind of tell us, you talked about the Northern Lights Academy. So you attended the Northern Lights Academy, and tell everybody why you attended the Northern Lights Academy.
Well, I decided to be my granddaughter's Santa because I want to be her first Santa Claus. And so I decided to go down there to see and learn some of the inside ropes to the show, I guess you would call it. Really great. Everybody down there was super friendly. That's me and my wife right there when she was working. And I mean, it was really nice. It's like the bearded community. The Santa community is like the bearded community. Very open, very welcoming. Everybody was just fantastic. They give you some pointers. No one's talks down to you. That's like, hey, you can try this. This is what I do. It was a really good school, and I haven't been in a while because every time they have a class, it's during a beer competition, and I like to go compete. But I want to be her Santa, and I'm still her Santa. I'm her Santa. I may not be nobody else's Santa. I do photography for farm animals. A lot of people like that, so I do that. And occasionally somebody calls me to do one for at a house, a private party, and in that picture, I bleached my beard, and that was an experience I will not do again. But it's a learning experience. So I got some spray I put in there, and I'll go do that. And and some of the private parties are very private, especially when you have children that don't get out socially. It may take an hour for you to get them to get off the couch or out of the chair. So you may spend 2 or 3 hours at one place. But again, they'll send me pictures, but I don't share the pictures. So, if I take pictures and somebody says it's okay to share, I will. If not, I don't. Just because it's a very private event.
Right. That's one of the first things I ask if I'm at a photo shoot is, and 9 times out of 10, because when they're doing the photo shoots, they're going to use them as advertisement, and they will send you the photos, of the people that don't mind or they're signed a release. So I totally get that. Well, I think that's absolutely wonderful that you are your granddaughter's Santa, right? And that, to me, that's the way it should be. And I'm the same way when it comes to, I've bleached my beard one time, I won't do it again. But it's okay. For people that do it, they are very good. And I would like to have somebody on to demonstrate how to do it properly, because it's very easy to damage your beard doing that. So I would like to have somebody come on that could show the proper way to do that. Now, I'm the same as you. Mine is kind of white enough. looks kind of dingy right now in this light, but where I can spray and you get it looking really, really white. But your beard looked very good in those photos. But, you know, I don't want to take up more of this time than what we have to as far as until you get it. But, hey, take it away. Do your thing. Explain how you do everything and why you do it that way.
Okay. Well, when I originally started growing out my mustache and beard, it was from a personal health thing that had happened. But I decided to grow it, and I always wanted to curl a mustache. I always thought it was such a cool style. That's when I do beard competition. I wear a derby and a suit because I like that style. Now I've won beard competitions in the t-shirt, jeans. I've won them in the overalls and the t-shirt. I don't win them all, but I do win, and I do. I usually place. Sometimes I don't, but it's all about the charity for the beard competition. It's not about Jeff when he goes, he wants to win it. No, it's about the charity. That's the first thing about beard competitions. It's a fundraising for a charity. So if I don't win, I don't win. If I don't place, I don't place. I go on, I have fun. It's always a great environment. So I was wondering how to curl. And when I first started curling, you know, you can get this at Walmart. It's Clubman wax. It worked pretty decent. It's easy to put in. It's easy to get out. But here in Georgia, it's hot. It's humid. And if you get a mustache curl, eventually it's going to fall forward and you're going to look like a bug with antenna. I mean, just to be honest. And in some of those other waxes, great waxes, it takes a learning curve with the waxes, especially Death Grip and some of them other ones. I mean, you've got to work to get in. A lot of people find it really easy and have fun with it. So I was trying to figure out a way to do mine. And I had to just type in on YouTube one day and was watching video, and I don't remember the channel or the individual's name, but he was using got to be glued, and it's water soluble. And he would shape his mustache. He said if he didn't like it, he would put his head in the water and wash it back out. So I went and got a can of it. Now I do, if you're going to use this, I do recommend you try it somewhere like on an arm or something, see if you have an allergic reaction to it. I've never had no reaction to it. And be careful because sometimes this will spray wide. You'll get in your eye or something. So you just have to kind of be careful with it. But I mean, it's like any other spray. You just kind of have to work it and figure out what you're going to do. So what I normally do today, I made the mistake. I put some oil and butter in here. So this isn't a competition mustache. So it's just kind of one that I can actually, and I can curl this thing in 30 minutes. And sometimes depending on the humidity and everything, it may take me 2 hours to get it shaped like I want. So what I do is, if everybody wants to learn to curl and have a good curl, I mean, you can go get some PVC, cut you off some pieces, and you can wrap around it. If you got an old empty oil bottle, you can use that to curl your mustache. And they come in different shapes and sizes. I mean, you go different places and find them. I stole my wife's oil bottle for her soap, so. But I mean, and what I normally do is I kind of get my mustache cut straight. This is kind of different doing it this way. And what I'll do is I'll kind of figure out a center point where I want to, and then I'll just kind of comb it over. So just bear with me. This ain't, the best way I've ever done. I've never done it like this. And then I'll take a little bit of spray, and then what I'll do is I'll just spray. And then I'll work it. I'll work the mustache in kind of like the shape I want. And I'm not sure how the hairdryer is going to affect our audio. So what you do is I use cool on here, the coolest temperature, and I'll take and there you see just a few minutes. I've already got this side. It takes some fine tuning.
Right.
But you can get it kind of shaped where you need to. And I do recommend, actually, I should have done it, is you can kind of like tuck your lips in or put you some chapstick or something on. So that way when this gets on here, it doesn't really bother them. Now, my mustache is usually generally a little longer than most people's. So, I mean, so what I have to do with mine, and I know a lot of people just do not like it. Takes a lot of dedication and a lot of time to grow a long mustache. I mean, and it is, and a lot of people don't have the time. Well, it's a lot of aggravation. It's a lot of work. And now we're at this point. So we'll do the other side here. And I think mine, if you measure from end to end, I think it's like 17, 18 inches long.
Wow.
So, so I mean, for me, but I'm used to it. And yeah, there's a lot of compromise with it. And sometimes you have to take a little bit of the spray and put on your fingers so that way you can get it in here and work it the way you want it. It's just a method that I found that kind of works for me. It may not work for everybody, but it just works for me. And it's, yeah, I'll have to work on a little bit more. But what I'll normally do, and I do use a bottle, we'll probably go with a mid-sized bottle. And as you use these, I do recommend that you wash these. You can wash them with just soap and water just to get the buildup, because you will get a lot of buildup on them. So let's see if we can get a good curl on here or something. Let me run this out a little bit more real quick. And I try to use a low heat. Now, when I get it set, I will cut the heat up higher, but I take it further away from my face and my mustache. A lot of people say try curling. I don't like to hear that sizzle on my beard, and I will not do it. I mean, a lot of people have good luck with curling irons, flat irons. I just will not. That's just Jeff's preference.
Right.
Everybody, you find the method that works best for you. And for me,
Michael wants to know, are you twisting as you are straightening or trying to keep it as straight as possible?
Well, sometimes it depends. Sometimes I will. If it flares a lot, I'll try to twist it together. A lot of times I will actually just pull gently on it to get it straight. And let's see. And then you just kind of wrap and put it to where you want it. And then you take a little bit of cool heat. Now this one, I might run a little heat on it, but I'm not, if I was in a real hurry. I mean, you just don't want to burn up your mustache because it takes a while to grow out. Let's see. Now, this is a trick I kind of learned myself. When you get it kind of set, you want to push on your mustache a little bit to break it free, and then kind of twist it out, and then you got your shape.
Wow.
And then you take your hair dryer and just kind of work it around to where you get this to set. Should it look all right? Yeah, I think it'd be all right for now.
Man, you make that look so easy.
I have had several years of learning this on my own. It was just hard to find something. A lot of people have a short, like an imperial mustache. Nothing wrong with that. I just decided to grow mine out. And it's like when I went to the Santa school, a lot of people are like, how did you get yours so round? Well, I first originally started with smaller bottles than this, and then slowly I've worked my way on up to another bottle size and so on. So, and then sometimes if I'm going somewhere, I may just run this one here and I may wrap it upon itself to where it's a lot smaller. I mean, you can do various sizes once you get a mustache that you like. Let me get this other side. I mean, but it's just, again, it's a personal preference. There's nothing wrong with waxes or gotta be glued. I know gotta be glued, you can sleep in that stuff. And I've come home from a beer comp and I fell asleep and I slept in it. My mustache was just like it the next day. I don't recommend you do that because sometimes hairspray can kind of dry your stuff out. But if you could do a good beard routine, beard wash, conditioner, butters, oils, balms, whichever one you want. I have people who will not use a balm. I like a balm. I also have butters. It's personal preference. There's no one that's, to me, beard care is such almost an even playing field now. Everybody's pretty much, there's a little bit of difference in some of them. It's scent. I've tried some products that I really liked the way it worked. I just didn't care for the scents. I mean, it's just personal preference. Let's see if we get this side curl, see if this will work. And then you try to get both sides symmetrical, kind of in the same position so they're even. And sometimes that's the hardest part. And then sometimes you just have to work this dryer how you need it. Let's see if this side will come off. And then again, like I said, it's just easy for me to do it this way. And then as I spin it out, hopefully it stays. Take a little bit of more heat on it. And ta-da.
I love that. Now, and you say that will stay like that for pretty much until you either put some water on it or.
Yes.
That is unbelievable.
And I will tell you, if you do use this, it will gum up around the nozzle. So be careful and wash it off with hot water periodically. Because I made the mistake one time with the spray and it went right in my eye, and that was not a pleasant experience.
Oh my God. Well, I know that you're wearing your glasses to see, but also I'm sure probably not a bad idea to have you something on around your eyes anyway. That looks absolutely wonderful. Well, and somebody made the comment up here, and Chris jumped in. Chris says hello to you as well, Jeff. Chris from True North. But Santa Willie made a comment on here, said last year Mrs. Claus used a chapstick roll. And I guess depending on the size of your mustache, you know, some people may not be able to use a larger bottle, that they may have to go with something a little bit. But I think that the concept is still the same, correct?
Yes. And so I've seen people use Elmer's glue because Elmer's glue is water soluble. I know some Santas that use the Elmer's glue stick. And they get it in there, work it like a chapstick. It's like, well, see, this is a 1-inch PVC, I believe. I mean, you could get different size PVCs. And I mean, this is like you buy a stick, and if it gets too sticky or you get nasty, you just throw it away.
Right.
Starting out trying school glue. Yes. A lot of people, I've seen people use glue, and it works, especially Elmer's. It's water soluble. Just wash it out.
Really? Now, see, I would not have thought about that or known that. So that's good to know. Now, I have several cans have got to be glued because that stuff is just it's so wonderful. I know Dan C and guys probably roll over in their sleep if they knew we were putting this stuff in our beards, right? But you know, I can spray, even how my beard is now, I can spray that and just shape it to that rounded look that I want, and it just works so good. And you know, it's just that looks absolutely wonderful. I am just I mean, you make it look easy. I know that if I go in there tonight, because I'm going to have to try it tonight. I know if I go in there tonight and try it, I'm going to be sitting there texting you at 10 o'clock tonight. Now, what am I doing wrong?
And I didn't see how long it took me. I mean, it's not a competition mustache. I need to do some more of getting it set. But I mean, this is just the basics of getting it shaped. I could go out like this and get all kinds of compliments, but when I go for a beard comp, I like it a little more fixed. I like a little bit more definition to it. But then again, I've got the time.
Right.
And Yeah.
It's not up to your standards.
Yeah.
Right now for competition. I get it.
But this is, I mean, yeah, like you said, this is magic right here. This stuff is magic. I highly recommend it, but there's some aftercare with it when you get done. Make sure you wash it out. Now, I have slept in it and I shouldn't have, but I have. Hey, it is what it is. Good beard wash or however you take care of your beard. Everybody doesn't do the same. Some people just use soap and water. Again, that's a personal preference. I have beard washes, beard conditioners. I have tallow bars. And then once that's washed out and you dry it, oil and butter or oil and balm of your choice. I mean,
right.
That's again, everybody's personal choice. I just, there's no brand better than others. There's some I really like better because they're scent profiles. And there's some butters who are a little bit above everybody else. And, again, I'm not sponsored by nobody.
Right.
Everything I do all my stuff I buy myself. So there's no spot. There's possibly a sponsorship coming. Don't know yet, but we'll work on that later and just see how that works out. But yeah, after I get done, I wash it out. But I do recommend either tucking your lips in when you spray or put a heavy chapstick or layer on there. So that way you can kind of, because the spray will get on there and it will irritate you possibly, but then you can just wipe it off and go about your business with it. I'm trying to think if I left anything out, but I mean, I can do this in just a few minutes, or sometimes it takes me hours because I want a certain style, I want a certain size. Again, it's personal preference with what you want.
Right. And guys, if you have any questions for Jeff in the chat, please drop your questions in the chat and I will ask, we'll ask Jeff. He's here to help you guys. Jeff Harmon is on Facebook. He's on Instagram. So, by all means, check him out. Follow his beard competition journey. I think it's absolutely wonderful. I have yet to be in a beard competition. I'm going to judge one. I've never even been in one. I'm going to judge one, but it's going to be a lot of fun. But I'm looking forward to meeting Jeff there at the Buckeye Beer Battle, hopefully. So we do have a question here. Santa Allen would like to know, how long did it take you to get your mustache that long?
Well, I've had a beard ever since 1997. I worked at a prison. I was an officer, and I went into the maintenance field. And I've had it very short for a long time. Then about 2018, I just decided to let stuff grow. And then it grew. It used to be a lot longer than this. And then I bleached it. And I had it professionally bleached. It was very expensive, but it still damaged everything, even with the stuff they recommended for me to use and everything. It really damaged. So basically, I started all over, just a few years ago with it. So,
right.
And then it's just now it's at this. I just let it grow. I mean, I go and get my beard shaped up if there's any split ends, but now I've changed beard washes and conditioners, and the split ends are almost eliminated. But again,
right.
I found a different product. But not every product I use will work for someone else. So you just have to find what works best for you.
Right. Now I will tell people on the split end side, if you use a good daily beard wash, a good quality product like a good beard oil and a butter, you will almost, like Jeff said, eliminate your split ends. When I go in, if I do go in and a barber looks at that's the first thing they say. How do you, and then you just use quality products. So, if you don't have quality products or you're looking for some, reach out to me. I'm sending another Santa some stuff out this week. And I sent him some Dan C videos as well of some questions that he had. So, yes, take care of your beard. Remember, it is an investment. We have Jeremy Booth here, and I think Jeremy may be one of your sponsors here because he says you deserve a sponsor. You're a great Santa and a great competitor at the competitions. And he also says, do you enjoy the competitions? And if so, why?
Well, that's actually my oldest stepson.
Question, though.
The competitions, I really enjoy them because, it's a lot of fun. You get together with like-minded people. Really, there's no judgments of anything. Nobody looks down on anybody there. I mean, everybody welcomes you. Everyone I've ever been to, I've been welcomed with open arms. Except I went to one time and somebody seen me and my mustache, and they went and washed theirs out and said, "I can't compete against you." I said, "You should compete regardless." He said, "No." So he washed
Right.
it out. He will not compete against me at all. Because a lot of people are like, "Are you competing?" Yeah, I'll be there. Well, it's like I just was a judge for the first time in Elizabethtown. Great competition. This is their second year. Great competition. And a lot of people are like, "You're not competing?" I said, "No." They said, "Oh, good." And I just, I don't know. I was in a competition and I went for style mustache and I didn't even place. Everybody had much smaller mustaches than mine. And it's up to the judges. It's their version of a style mustache. Some people don't like a big mustache. Some people don't like a big beard or a long beard. Some people like small curled mustaches. There's nothing wrong with it. Didn't bother me. I was there for the charity, the fundraising. It's not for ego or anything. It's just that's what I'm there for. And it's a lot of fun. I mean, you get to see people, and it's almost the same people, but everybody's just so welcoming to you.
Right. Right. And tell us about what you're wearing in beard today. I know we talked about that a little bit today.
Well, I got up today and I said, "What should I wear today?" And so I went in and I got Farewell and Adieu from the Bearded Raccoon. And he's actually a company I found just a couple of months ago, about 10 miles from my house. And he's been in business, I think, 3 years, 2 to 3 years. I'm not sure when, but I thought, really? Didn't even know that. So I ordered some of this and I actually ordered the chief and I've got it. I've not used it yet, but this one I like this one. I'm not normally a fan. This one has a little bit of sweetness from the apricot and some other stuff, but it's really nice and I like it. I don't wear the same scent every day. Occasionally
Right.
I do, but most of the time it's a different scent every day. I can actually go several weeks with a different scent and
Right.
never get the same one again. But then certain ones on certain days, like supporting Red on Friday, I usually wear something from Lucky Boy Beard Company called Hold Fast. I like
Okay.
the scent. It's a great scent. But a lot of the beer competitions I really like support veteran charity, and me being a veteran myself, I always try to make sure I go there and support that charity.
100%. 100%. We're talking about that. I try to do as many charity events as I can as a Santa. And one of the ones I absolutely love doing, well, several of them, but a couple of them is like the Children's Hospital, Texas Children's Hospital is one. But the second one is the city of Huntsville, Texas, which is where the home of the Texas prisons are, is they do a big event every year for veterans, and it's the VFW puts it on, and it's this big hall. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. But Melissa jumped in. It's so good. Thank you so much for coming in and supporting. We were talking about Copper Johns before the show and the products, and so Born Beard Comp's great for charity and the camaraderie. So many amazing people at the competitions. Yes, absolutely, 100%. Dave also said good products and tools matter so much to prevent split ends. Yes, 100%. We were talking before the show, Jeff and I, that when people come up, our beards are such a conversation starter, right? And we were kind of discussing that before the show. And when somebody comes up and always compliments your beard, and I wish mine could look like that, it always leads into talking about good quality products, right? And talking about the companies that we support and things like that. So, all right. And thank you so much, Santa Allen. That's very kind of you. Appreciate you so much. Love you guys. Sorry, Garrett is working 16-hour. It's a hardworking man right there. Right. Melissa's husband but you know what? He's working for his family, and I have so much respect for that. Okay. So we've established that you went to Santa school, and you did that because you wanted to be your granddaughter's Santa. Now, any chance that this, as we start to get a little older, we may start getting a little bit more time? Any chance that this may become more of a habit here?
It could be. I just recently retired in April of this year. Uh, After 33 years working for the state, I just decided to retire, and I retired at age 60. Could I go back to work? Possibly. Do I want to? Not right now. So, uh, so I draw a pension and I get a check from the VA. So, no, not right now. It may at a later date possibly become something a little bit more. Maybe when I get a little bit more white, because I still got two big old streaks right here, and I don't know if they'll ever phase out. It may take them several more years before they ever phase out. Because I notice a lot of people either have stripes here or the center's a stripe and the rest goes white. But mine seems to have done with the two stripe, the skunk stripe, I guess you want to call it.
Right.
But
Yeah,
it's possible.
right. Mine is my cheek lines right here, a little dark right here on both sides, and my mustache, and then down here.
Mhm.
You just, brother, you just haven't had enough stress in your life, I guess.
Oh, I've had enough stress.
I know working in the prison system, you've had to have a little bit of stress in your life. So, but thank you, Melissa. That's very kind. Well, I really do hope that does become more of a regular thing for you, because I always feel like that this world needs more Santas, right? And needs more of that joy and that time of year. But I'm so glad that you went and got the experience that you did at a good quality Santa school and did that. So you do have that background, and I think that's very important.
But I would like to tell a lot of people, make sure you take care of your beard products. Clean your combs, clean your brushes periodically. I mean, here's a little mustache brush. You make sure you get that cleaned up and everything. And because you can get too much oil in them and you can get something growing or something getting into your beard and you just have some kind of reaction to it. But just keep your tools clean. And that's why I like the glass bottles, because I mean, a little bit of soap and water and that stuff comes off. And then you just dry it. And I mean, antibacterial, you can't really get anything off of it.
Hey, Bishop. Sarge says, Jeff, I was a corrections officer for 8 years. Tough job. Yes, it is. I retired from the Texas prisons. It is absolutely 100% tough job. Yep. So, hey, I think that's an important thing that gets talked about every now and then, as far as keeping your tools clean. That's in your tool chest. Your beard utensils or combs and brushes that we kind of forget about sometime. And we mentioned Dan C. He's got some great videos on that, on good ways of because I always had that thought: how do you clean your brushes? And he would come up with a great idea. Use some beard wash in a bowl, with some hot soapy water, with some beard wash in there, and put your beard brush in there and just get it clean, right? So
I think that's where I got my idea from. But I watched somebody, they put their brush in a bowl, put hot water up to a certain point, and put some Dawn or a beard wash in there to get all that oil out. And they just let it soak for a few minutes and moved it around to break it loose. You just don't want to get it into the wood where the bristles come out, just the bristle part. And I tried it and then rinsed it out real quick. And I took it to the hair dryer and just blew all the water out of it and put it on a towel so it would drip down. And the same way with this, I bought some at Dawn Power Wash and I sprayed this comb right here and I rinsed it. And I ran a toothbrush in between all the teeth so that way you get any buildup in it. And I rinsed it off and patted it dry. And I took the hair dryer to it and let it dry. It's not broke or it hasn't deformed or anything. So as long as you don't soak it in water overnight, I think you'll be all right.
People have asked, does that Dawn work? And I will say this: I have watched mechanics when they like a head gasket or something will blow in a big truck, right? And oil gets all in the radiator. I have watched them put that Dawn soap in there, run water through it, and it just completely gets all that oil out of there and gets it clean. That stuff's amazing.
I had a power steering hose pop a hole in. I had to replace it on my little car. And I took the power wash. I mean, it was all over the firewall everywhere. I took that Dawn power wash, and I sprayed everything on it, let it soak, and then I rinsed it off, and it cleaned it completely off. I mean, there might be a little residue, but I mean, it just did wonders for it. I mean, it cleaned it up with very little, other than spraying it, let it soak, and then rinsing it off.
So, I'll tell you what. So we've discussed Santa schools on the show today. We have discussed cleaning your beard tool, your implements. Right. We've discussed twirling the mustache. We have discussed so much on this show. Tell us some more. Tell us if somebody is thinking about going to a Santa school, because that's something that I try to discuss quite a bit. If somebody's thinking about going to a Santa school or getting some kind of training, formal training, how important is that in your mind of getting some formal training done?
I think it's a great step to do because you get to meet with like-minded individuals who have experienced a lot of the stuff that has gone on, and they can give you shortcuts to kind of keep you from getting yourself in a bad situation. It's because when I did Santa, I even put a thing on there. I had the insurance and I got paid for the background check, and that's what I put: background check available on request. So if anybody wanted it, and somebody said, "Why would you do that?" Well, if somebody's coming around your children, you probably want to make sure they're of a good, reputable character. And if you got a background check, there should be no issues. I mean, it shouldn't be, but again, and there's probably some people who's never gone to a Santa school and do Santa and never had an issue.
Sure.
It's a little on it. And where I learned, I think at Santa school, they talked about a lot of stuff. They went over some of the, I guess, legalities of what could happen. A lot of places recommend that men, we have zippers on the front of our pants. Some recommend that you do not have a zipper on your Santa suit, because what happens sometimes, do we all forget to zip up our zipper? And I mean, if you get somebody's hand accidentally goes near it and it's open, you're done. You're going to be, there's no coming back from that.
Hello, Inferno 932. He's from Georgia.
Okay.
Tell us where Georgia, because Jeff is from Georgia. So tell us where you're from there, Inferno 932 in Georgia. Jeff hails from Georgia as well. Yes, the legality is one of those that I could take a whole show on. Yes. The whole point of wearing white gloves. People say, "Oh, well, you're a Santa. You're supposed to wear white gloves." Well, that's part of it too. Now, however, it's so you can see those hands, right? You see with those photos, there's no doubt where those hands are. So I was talking to a group of guys last night that were talking about, and people just find that kind of stuff fascinating, things that they don't know about. Well, why do you need insurance? It's just the world we live in today, right? And it's entertainer insurance. And a lot of time, it's not so much for, there's what they call it, a molestation clause in there that covers that, right? The things that we were just talking about. But there's also things, if a kid is sitting on your lap and they happen to fall off and, or trip or fall, there's things in there that cover all that stuff. There's things in there that cover my suit. If something gets damaged, because you're holding kids. Sometimes you go to a photo shoot, you're holding animals. We're kind of getting a little off topic here. I'm getting off topic here, but there's accidents that happen. So it does cover things like that as well, in case anybody's out there wondering. Jeff or Inferno says he's from Macon, Georgia.
Okay.
Knows exactly that. So
that's about 3-4 hours south of where I live in Georgia. But yeah, when they was talking about the insurance, entertainer's insurance, in case somebody trips over one of your props, or if you're going to set up, if somehow somebody damages your props, you leave your props set up overnight and they come back and it's been destroyed, because some of those chairs are very expensive. Santa suits are very expensive. I have 3 of them. And yes, I have a cheap one that I do with animal photography. I mean, if it really gets messed up bad, oh well, it's a sacrifice. But the burgundy one I really like, and it cost me quite a bit of money, and I have a really nice belt and everything. So, but there are some of them Santa suits that reach into the thousands. I mean,
I've got a couple of them. Yes, sir. I know. Now, Sarge brings up a good point here. It does. I'm going to tell you one of the things it does help with when you can advertise that you are a licensed, insured Santa. It gives that peace of mind. And not everybody requires you to have insurance. A lot of corporate places will, but not a lot of places do. But there is that, like Jeff said, upon request, a lot of these insurances, you get a free background check as well. So, I'll pull a background check, and you can do that once a month. So usually I'll wait around November. I'll pull a background check, and it's good for November, December. So it's just there for that peace of mind for people. And typically, if you have insurance and a background check, it kind of gives people that peace of mind that they're looking for. Santa Troy made it. Thank you so much for being here. Do you have anything else to add on that, Jeff?
Well, in a lot of places, if you go work for a business or an agency that hires Santas and hires out Santas, they will require you to have a background check and some may provide you the insurance, but some of them require you to provide your own insurance. So if you want to work in the field, you go by the rules.
Yeah.
But I mean, go ahead. I'm sorry. It's just a lot easier when somebody sees you with the credentials. It's like, oh, he's got credentials. Oh, background check available on request. Oh, insurance. You could do your own portfolio and have that in your book when you go and have pictures of some of your previous gigs or your Santa parties, and then, it's like you do the tuck in by Santa. You just don't want nobody coming into your house in the evenings and tuck your children in.
Right. And I will say this, that another reason that's so important is exactly what you just said. I love doing home visits. I prefer doing home visits more than a corporate party, just so to speak, right? So that's exactly right. If you're going to go into somebody's home, now I've had people say, oh, we're going to leave here's the code to my door, right? To get into my door, go ahead and go in there. There's milk and cookies in there. Go ahead. Well, they're putting a lot of faith and a lot of trust in you. So you better have all your I's dotted and your T's crossed before you start going up into folks' home, right? And take that kind of responsibility on yourself. So, 100% agree on that. But what else? I think you were finishing up a thought there, and I may have interrupted you.
No, if I did, I probably lost that thought. I was going to say, does anybody have any more questions on Mustache or anything?
Well, Jeremy would like to know, what's the funniest thing that's ever happened while doing a Santa competition or a beard competition?
Oh, let's see. I was doing Santa at a pet grooming shop, and somebody brought a turtle in. And then somebody was bringing it, and I was holding the turtle, and somebody come over and was poking at it. About the time the owner said, don't, they got bit. And then people will bring in snakes. I have no issue with snakes. So if they want to do a picture with Santa and the snake, that's fine. The funniest thing at the beard competition, I think I'm biased, and I don't think maybe the pants were too big, but somebody's pants had fallen down one time. And then we have some people at the beard competitions that that's their thing. There's one gentleman, he winds up down to a Speedo by the end of the show, but that's his thing and that's how he does it. I mean, but most of those are, they're clean. There's nothing really about it. But that's what he does, is he winds up into a Speedo, and that's his thing.
Right. Okay. Well, I've never been at a beard competition. I have been, I've had some things happen. Like you said, I've had people bring out a monkey to put on my shoulder to take pictures with. And that wasn't in my suit, the cheaper suit, that I do with animals. So I was a little nervous, but anyway, I've had things like people bring rabbits. I mean, anything you could think of, like Jeff said, snakes. I don't know. I think I may draw the line there. But now Inferno here says, uh, new to becoming Santa. You mentioned Santa school. Now, and now he lives in Georgia, so I want you to go ahead and answer this. I'll tell you where I went after Jeff gets done, but do you recommend? Now, you got a good one there in Georgia, there, Inferno.
Yeah. The Northern Lights Santa Academy, it's based around the Atlanta area. I think a couple of times they've had it in Marietta. They'll pick a venue. You go to, they have a motel, meals are provided, and you stay at the motel and attend the school in their conference center. Yes, I highly recommend them. It's a good time just to meet, network with other Santas, other people who are in the business. They sell the Santa suits, the boots, the belts, the little magic lights that you put under your glove and you just touch them and your finger lights up. There's the magic snow. You put a little water to it, you put it in there, and you do tricks with it. And also, it makes snow, and it's actually cold to the touch. There's the marshmallow trick where you get the bag of marshmallows out, and it's actually a little paper roll you can throw in your mouth, and you can act like you can't chew it, and you pull it out, and it's like 20-something feet long. I did that for my granddaughter, and she just had an absolute fit. She grabbed it, I had her run across the living room and through the house, and it just kept pulling out. I mean, it's a great learning environment. You can learn some stuff to avoid, some stuff to do. You just get to pick up tips from everyone, and everyone's Santa is different. Santa Tom is different from Santa Jeff. Santa Bob is different from us. Some Santas are your European style Santa with the European outfits. You have your Coca-Cola Santas, and that is different. Then you have your, I forget the other one. What's the newer style suit that's out?
You got your Regal suits. You got
Regal
there's
suit,
so many different options out now. I have seen guys in Scottish kilt Santa suits. I've seen guys in what's the new the gears with the gears and all that genre that's out there. Steampunk Santas, which looks cool. I couldn't pull it off, but it looks really cool, right? And so there are so many out there that can reach a wide variety and a wide audience. I think it's great. I love the traditional. When I say traditional, I love the Victorian style old world Santa look myself. I have that suit. I love wearing that suit. I don't get an option to wear it very often, but I absolutely love it. Somebody says, I hear that rooster. Yeah, I believe Jeff lives out in the country.
Yes, they're in the backyard, they're in the front yard, they're all over the place. I mean, it's just whatever. I'm surprised one of them ain't trying to come in the house as usual.
Now, Inferno, one place I do have a video on my YouTube channel, on this channel right here, about becoming a professional Santa Claus, where I go over several Santa schools. Where I attended was the Worldwide Santa Claus Network. It is all online. There's hundreds of hours of video to watch. Santa Ed Taylor is a wonderful Santa, and he'll pick up the phone if you call him and talk to you just like you're right next door. I think there's over 8,000 or 9,000 members of the Worldwide Santa Claus right now all over the world. So I do highly recommend that one if traveling is not an option for you. So definitely check that. But check out that video that's on my page. Is how to become a Santa Claus. And I think you'll find that very informative. Michael S. says, I hear the prerequisites you have as a professional Santa. I've been asked a few times already this year to be Santa at my job. Do you feel there's any concern there? Never done it before. I don't.
No, just make sure they sit on your knee. Don't let, that right there, you sit on the knee. You don't ever sit in Santa's lap. Now, if it's your children, but if you're out in public, do not let no one sit in your lap. Let them sit on your knee, and make sure your hands are always visible. That way, again, nobody can say, where's Santa's hands? What did he do? Or, it's like Santa Tom said, we live in a society, everybody's after something all the time. It's just a thing. It's just like, and there's another Santa. Have you seen I think they're I don't know if they call themselves the clown Santas or just the comedy Santa, where they have the big shoes and they have like the big striped socks that come up. But there was one, he said, this is his Santa. He wants to be funny and have a lot of fun. He's got one of the Minion spark guns, and shoots it at the kids all the time. He has a great time, but that's his Santa, and that's what he said.
Right.
This is my Santa. It may not be yours.
There is an audience out there for anyone. For I get a little frustrated sometimes when there's the traditional mindset that says you shouldn't do that. You're putting Santa in a bad light. Well, I don't agree with that. Everybody's welcome to their opinion. I feel like that, hey, if you want to be a steampunk Santa and you can go out and bring joy to kids or an audience that's into that, by all means. If you want to be a pirate Santa, hey, you do you. I don't do that just mainly because I can't pull it off, right? But I think it's neat, right? Inferno says, I'm going for biker Santa. There are Santas out there. I've seen biker Santas. I've seen Santas that are military style with the Christmas colors and like camouflage. Just there's all kinds of things like that out there. So yes, do your research and by all means, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Santa Willie would like to say that it seems like it would be a challenge to eat food or drink. Barbecue is messy.
It can be, but when I go out to eat, if I'm eating, I always take, and I took this in my shirt. I mean, it just takes a split second. Your beard's out of the way. With this up, if I don't curl it or spray it out of the way, I have to lift it when I eat. And yes, you get stared at. A lot of people are just like, but I'm used to it. I do it my way. I don't really care. I just do it this. And to eat with like this curled and sprayed up, it's just like eating normal. You may not get the big bite of the hamburger that we all like. You may have to take smaller bites or cut your food up a little smaller. But once you get used to it, it's another day at the office. I mean, that's the easiest way for me. But it does take time and dedication. It's just something that does not happen overnight. And again, styling products there's so many of them, but I do recommend getting some that's water soluble because if you don't like it, you can just wash it right out.
And I think this may mean something to you. I'll be at Dragon Con Labor Day weekend. I'm not sure what Dragon Con, but it's got to be somewhere in Georgia. And you said that's a great tip. Somebody did ask earlier, do you style your beard or your mustache every day?
Some days I do, and then some days when I get up, if it's certain things I've got to do, like if I've got car repair or clean out the chicken coops, I'm not going through the trouble of styling because when you get done cleaning out the chickens and taking care of the chickens or working on a vehicle, you're nasty, you're greasy. But now when I do work on a vehicle, this is tucked into a shirt or something. I'll do something with it just to kind of keep the grease and oil out of it. And yes, I do like to style my mustache, but some days it's like, do I really want to style it? No, I got to get going. I've got something I got to do. And then like this, it's just a quick, I could go out like this. And when you get a stash this big, I mean, you get a lot of looks when you go places. People just like look and stare inside. And then, people want to get a picture of you, but they're way over here and they're hiding somewhere to get a picture. And so it's like, if you want a picture, just ask. I'm not going to bite your head off. I mean, when I go to a beer competition, people want a picture. Heck, it don't bother me. Come get you a picture.
Right.
I mean, it's.
I think there's that element of being an entertainer, like as a Santa Claus, or it's okay. It doesn't bother us. Or if we're on YouTube a lot or making videos, it just doesn't bother you, right? If people come up, hey, can I get a picture? Yeah, no problem. It doesn't make you like you're a celebrity or you think you're a celebrity. It's just you get that you put some work and some effort into styling your beard and your mustache. And hey, if other people can get enjoyment out of it, I think that is a great thing. Jeff, any final words that you have here before we start wrapping it up?
Well, I hope everybody learned a little something on here. And sorry, it's not as good as I wanted, but in the time frame for something quick and easy. I mean, and it went together pretty easy. So I mean, for me, I'm just used to it. And if anybody's got any questions, I mean, feel free to reach out to me. I'll be glad to talk to you about it, answer any questions. If you see me at a beard come up and talk. We'll talk all about it. As long as if in between the categories I've got time, I love to sit and talk with everybody. I mean, but sometimes if I do multiple categories, especially I always do veterans category, full beard style mustache. I always do. And if I qualify for other ones, I'll do them too because I donate charity. But those are the two big ones that I will do. The veterans, if there's a veterans, I enter it every time, and full beard style mustache.
Well, I want to thank you for taking the time to come into our lives and share this. We've had you on the Trace Amigos talk show and absolutely loved that show. And I just knew when I have Santas reaching out to me asking about how to style your mustache, I am not the one to decide it. So Jeff was the first one I reached out to, and I thank you so much for coming in. Michael says he learned a lot today. Thank you so much for coming in here. Santa Willie says, this was great. Thank you so much. I hope everybody learned something. Please, if you get an opportunity, reach out to Jeff, ask him any questions that you may have. He is on Facebook and he is on Instagram as well. I've never had an issue with him reaching out to him on Facebook. He answers right away. So please, take advantage of that knowledge if he's willing to share it, because that is something that is very, very valuable these days, right? So you're not scrambling at season time. Oh, how do I style my mustache? Now, the good thing about this video is it will be here forever, right? So people can go back and watch this, and we hope that people get something out of this. But guys, I want to thank everybody so much for being here today. And remember, we've started doing Santa Talk every other week. So we will have a special guest on, not next week, but the week after. And I'm really trying to get somebody on to kind of show how to curl the beards, curl them up to kind of give it more of that full type look. So thank you so much, Bob and Terry. Appreciate you being in here as well. Jeff, thank you, brother. Appreciate you so much. And we'll have to do it again sometime, man. And keep us up to date on your Santa adventures. And I hope it gets to become more of a full-time thing for you. So guys, until next time, remember, this world could use a little kindness. So be kind to one another. And as always, keep Christmas in your heart year round. Appreciate all you. Man, I think that was really good.